Please, let's begin with the national anthem. Thank you. Very busy. The press, SSAs. Good afternoon. Well, we called this press conference to make a very deep clarification over some misleading information starting from Monday by one of our contractors, Nigeria Limited, and another newspaper carried it today, though of a different dimension, the Daily Trust. We went on Thursday to review the Abuja-Kano road construction, which we terminated after 14 months of negotiation with Umahi, and we could not agree on time for construction, and we could not also agree on the price, fair price for the job. And of course, we did a written status of the job, and we gave it to the press so that nobody would have misquoted us. But in the papers of, I think this day, Nation, about 4 newspapers on Monday, Beja was trying to state their own position. Look at it as darkening counsel without knowledge. Because for 14 months and over 20 different meetings, and Beja could not come to terms with us. And let me state that there is no place that Beja is working for Minister of Works that they ever agreed on dialogue or give and take. And I'll give you the example in the Bodo Boni. The project was reviewed. I can't know the exact price, that the past administration reviewed, but we made the contract of 199 billion with an agreement that the project will not be reviewed again. But September, Beja now reneged on that agreement and insisted the project should be reviewed. And they insisted that the project must add another 80 billion. We met with them 3 times over this particular project. And of course, Abuja-Kano. And Beja insisted on monopoly. But the worrisome part of it is not even that there is disagreement, but there is a very serious excitement of the public against the federal government. But that was not the reason why we came in. So we had to come in, and they gave Beja the 80 billion to complete the job by September this year. It's left to be seen whether Beja will complete the job by September, because we are beginning to see a lot of tactics that is still going to delay the project. And what is very terrible among some contractors is that they are delaying the projects, and there is increase in price, so the masses are suffering for delay on projects, the accidents on the roads, and again the federal government is paying for inflation. And that's why we had a meeting and we said, for you to claim VOP, it has to be in very stringent conditions for you to claim VOP. And we are all together in this, the directors, the bank secretary, the 2 ministers. And so we will do everything to push and let the public try to act us, because we are being demarketed, by these contractors we are fighting. They enlist a number of stakeholders to be destroying our names, to be fighting us. But the question is, should they not be valued for money? Should we not do the right thing? If the wrong things were done in the past, if you want to assume that, and the president came, he wants to do the right thing, is it not good for the public to support the president? And so when we are fighting and insisting on value for money, insisting on fair deal for all contractors, I think the public, the press, should support Ministry of Works. This is very important. So back to the Abuja Kano. The Beja said that they had finished the project 65%. That's 750 kilometers. I don't want to tangle with them on that. But if you have finished the project 65%, and what was satisfied and paid was 391 billion with no debt to you, why are you asking for additional 1.1 trillion to finish the remaining 35%? That is what it means. You finish 65% and then you are asking for 1.1 trillion as a review, not additional work, no additional work to this thing. And let me say that we are engineers, fellows of the Society of Engineers. We did not read our own engineering from the backyard. We went to better schools than some of these people that are claiming that they are engineers. The Abuja Kano, and I want anybody to look at it, is failing. This 65% is failing. Go and then look at it and you see that there are patches already on the project. And so nobody should come to teach us engineering. We understand engineering very, very well. And so we refuse to pay additional 1.1 trillion. And that's where the problem started. And then we negotiated for 40 months. And again, they just said they were going to finish the remaining so-called 35% in 3 years. And I said, no, they said they will finish in 14 months. No. We are talking about the entire 14 remaining sections, which was 240 kilometers. And so we now said, okay, since you can't finish in 14 months, we now disaggregate the project. And that's why we did disaggregate the project. And we took out section 1 and section 3. And we gave it out on tax credits as 2 projects. But Mr. President failed. He asked me to complete this project. He said, no tax credits. The ministry should go and they do proper due process and get it awarded. And that's why we extended. Of course, the president directed that we should extend the project at Kano to cover the Aminu Kano International Airport, because the road is so bad. From the point the road stopped, you see a very bad road to the international airport. So Mr. President graciously said we should include that. And you go to Cherezero, the road that is going to Kogi State, you see a good road, and then suddenly you see a bad road. So we also extended by another 2.5 kilometers by 2. And so on the road you have 119 kilometers, and it was bidded for, and the no objection that we got is for 252.9 billion, and it also includes additional work. So the additional work is the entire stretch of the road, to have a solar light, so that travel time, could be utilized during the night, and then safety could be, provided. And so we're very shocked, because if you check 119 and you check 250 distance, we would have awarded that job at less than 2 billion per kilometer. But what Beja was asking and insisting was 3.12 billion per kilometer for an existing road. And again, we are using reinforced concrete to do this job, because we want, Nigerians to appreciate the heartbeat of the president to develop our road infrastructure. It's not just to develop it, to make it to be durable. And so those that are marketing us should begin to look at what the contractor will do as soon as FEC approves it. And I pray God that FEC will approve it. And they will begin to see a lot of, ingenuity work on that project. Because the taste of the food is in the eating. It is not to be talking or be talking. So I want to say that all that Major said was all correct. And it was not peculiar to this Abuja Kano. In all their projects, under this administration, and of course when I came in office, we gave them this Qatar bridge, the second the Tom bridge. We gave it to them and they do the bridge. And so we have nothing personal against the Major. And of course, within six months, they have requested for review of the project, is characteristics of Major. Of course, we don't want to play with those bridges. We had to accept their request. So the project is being reviewed now, at the request of Major. And exactly, if they put any cost, you cannot reduce it. Who are you to reduce it? But if engineering is engineering, then you cannot boss me. I have only one boss, and that's Mr. President. No contractor is my boss, and I do not take instruction from them, no matter who are behind them. I don't care. I work for the nation, I work for Mr. President. And all of us are on the same page as far as the policies of Mr. President and other Ministry of Works are concerned. So that is about Major. But then this morning, social media was awash with the publication of Daily Trust. And I hope they are here. And the Daily Trust said that Minister of Works awarded Abuja Kano to an obscured company. Let me say, and I'll give to you, Major said they were not invited to bid. Don't forget that we have 2 lots on Abuja Kano so that we can finish in 40 months. The first one has gone to BPP, the second one is under procurement. In each of these lots, we duly and invited Major among 5 other companies to bid. And that is for fairness, because if you say your price is better than our price, then you should go to the umpire, which is the BPP. And whatever BPP says, it stands. That is their job. They are the headmaster in this respect. So we invited them. And we still invited them in this last lot that we are procuring now. And so, but my fear, and I've said it, that Julius Major is living in the past glory. They don't have equipment, and I will prove it. I will prove it. I said it, and it was God that put it in my mouth. But today, I have empirical evidence that they don't have equipment, and I will prove it with, facts. Now, I want the press to understand what Daily Trust was talking about was InfoQuest. Somebody went and registered a company called InfoQuest. The company that we recommended for the job is InfoQuest. There is this O and Q. So everything is international limited. So the InfoQuest is what the Daily Trust is talking about. We didn't give our job to InfoQuest. So, but InfoQuest is very smart and very intelligent. When they saw that a company registered InfoQuest to claim their land in Abuja, they went to court and they got judgment in court and they went to the CAC requesting to deregister InfoQuest for fraud. And I have documents to prove that they registered InfoQuest. Q. They just put a small dot on O, and that is what happened. So the Daily Trust owes Minister of Works very deep apology because we didn't give job to the company. They say we gave job. It amounts to demarketing the company. It amounts to inciting the public against the Minister of Works. it amounts to create doubt in the mind of our boss, Mr. President. So they owe us that serious public apology in at least 5 newspapers. And they said that this company we gave job, that they don't have equipment. Funny enough, I have documents to show you that most of the equipment that Beja is using on Abuja Kano, they are hired equipment from this company that we gave the job. You are surprised. We have the documents to show you the agreement written, where the Beja signed, the company we gave the job signed. So instead of looking for the head, we should better look for the chicken. And then that's what we have done without knowing what we have done. And this company has done a lot of job for FCT, for water resources, and there is evidence that they have done reinforced concrete. And so it is just a way of fighting, Minister of Works. We've been very badly fought because we have had the courage to terminate a lot of projects that one company will have up to 25 projects. They are not doing it. The projects are not going on. Every year they are taking money. We have to stop it. And we have no apology, no matter the company. If you are not conforming to the policy of the federal government, the law, the policy of the Minister of Works, we terminate the job. P.S. Just after we finished meeting with the RCC, the Petroleum Association people came, and they came with written demanding that we terminate the LMA One project. I directed your director to come and brief you, and we told them that we formed a committee headed by the PAM secretary to go and evaluate the job to insist that they should expose construction in a minimum of 4 sections. And at my first week of February, if they don't do that, based on their report of investigation, we will either descope the job or have it outright terminated. So we want the public to know we are facing a lot of backlash. Corruption is fighting back, and I want the public to know that our hands are very clean, and those who are marketing us with not collected kobo from anybody, we are insisting that the taxpayers' money should have value for money. So that is why we decided that we brief you, and the documents are here, and we'll show you the documents. This is the documents we got from our big documents of the jobs we awarded. We have all the details of the InfoQuest, and you see the spelling is O and the not Q. And then you have an agreement between InfoQuest and the Julius Beja. Down here, and the payments. And the UPA that gave us APG, for this project, insisted that they must see all the equipment of InfoQuest. And that was when they had to review all the agreement, took them to the site of Julius Beja, and gave us all the documents to see that the equipment Beja is using on that job belongs to this company that we recommended and for award. And this is the register of the similar company. It is here. We will leave these documents with you. Where InfoQuest International Limited, and the InfoQuest, and we don't have to, because InfoQuest is a French name, and in French, O is pronounced like Q. So these people are smarter than us, so the pronouncement is the same. If you pronounce InfoQuest in English, it's Q. If you pronounce InfoQuest in French, it's O. So they are very smart people, but the right company, petitions, and you see the documents, here where that they registered, So we would like a set of these documents to be given to, Daily Trust, so that they will do the needful in 6 national dailies and they have to do it for a minimum of 30 days. Yes, every day they have to do that. So, so we need them to. Yes, if you have questions, we are ready to answer your questions.
Thank you, Excellency. Now it's time for questions. And some contractors asking for review of projects. And you've also mentioned your reluctance to accept them. No.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so my question would be, how many of them have you accepted to review, and how many, if possible, how many have you rejected not to review? Then the second is the company that we're talking about now, the right company, have they now reviewed all the CAC procedures, or how can we get to know that yes, this company is active, is paying its taxes to the federal government, and all of those things? Then lastly, my third question would be an observation. In the story by Daily Trust, I read that the director of press was called concerning the story. I believe probably if explanation was given at that time, it's not that this is related to what we are facing right now. Thank you, sir.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing that will stop you. Yesterday, the director, DJ, DPP alerted me on this matter, and they engaged Daily Trust. And he told, because he's a very intelligent, young man, he told them, look, I, reviewed this project, and we never do the wrong thing. The company you are talking is not the company we get job. Do not publish anything, because if you publish it, there will be consequences. And so he did his best. And again, the Daily Trust did not even come to us. We are the procurement entity. They are the reviewing entity, the DPP or BPP. So that's one. Number two, if you want to ask a different question, you can ask. Because the company that they are talking did not pay tax. It's not the company we gave a job. Is that okay? So if you want to know about the details, where is that big book? This is the big book. This is the book that contains everything. And we have it like this for all the companies before we do anything. All that you are looking for, it is inside there here. And you can see the company is O, it's not Q. Okay? Now, on the issue of review of projects, we've not rejected review. We reject review when there is no financial, availability. But what some contractors are doing is that they want to be regarded as super contractors, super companies. There's no super companies as far as my own engineering is concerned. 2 times 2 will give you 4. They wanted to produce 5. But that cannot happen under me. Even in the Bible, God says in the book of, as I said, bring your strong point that we may reason together and prove your point that may be justified. So it is engineering justification that leads to end discussion. So, nobody is coming to us because we know it more than them. And I want to be quoted. Okay. Next.
My question, sir, is that what do you intend to do my name is Abdullah Mohammed, I work with the radio television, sorry. What do you intend to do, sir, to deal with the companies that use tactics to delay projects? And also, I would like you to seize this opportunity to ensure Nigerians, or what assurance are you going to give to Nigerians about this new company that will take over this project to deliver the top-notch road that we expect? Thank you, sir.
And give the assurance by yourself in sight. I'm not the talking type. If they are not good, they will not get the job. And this is not the only job they are going to do. They are doing one of the 4 legacy projects. Incidentally, it's passing through my state. So you think I'll fold my hands and I allow the wrong company to do a job that is passing through my state? Then I will use good companies to do other people. At least my Bible says, love others as yourself. So the taste of the food is in the eating. Even on their own, when PPP gave no objection, I begged them to deploy their machines. Since the machine is on site, it's a question of leaving the yard of Jilobeja to enter the yard of West. There is no mobilization. And that takes me, Prime Secretary, have to remove any cost for mobilization from them because they're already on site. So the assurance is that, by middle of February, come and see what they are going to do. Now, the issue of the rate tactics. I'm happy that my Prime Secretary says an engineer too, and we just finished retreat, with my minister, and all the senior directors, the engineers were on the same page. We are going to be invoking, a clause in the contract agreement, that's liquidated damages, whereby, there is funding and we are performing our own financial obligations, and then you are now delaying the job. There is 1%, penalty to be deducted from your payments, as a kind of measure to ensure that, you don't use direct tactics to do that. But it's something that is being done over and over and over and over. But today, the minister is an engineer, the Prime Secretary is an engineer, so there's no place to hide, Even if we've said it openly, we're putting it in writing. My Minister of State, myself, the Prime Secretary Director, if we ask you to do anything against the law or to benefit us or against the Procurement Act or against the Civil Service Rule, do not do it. We have said it, we've written it, So everybody will be on the same page and the life will be sweet for everybody. We will have value for money. There's nothing we are hiding here, So that is very important. Any other question? Ask your question if you want to write a letter signed by the Prime Secretary to, Daily Trust and making a request known, to them. And I'm sure you will spread this thing. I think it's a small mistake which they have to pay for.
Yeah, good afternoon. Having heard what you said during your speech and the response to the questions, I just want to know the state of Julius Berger with respect to the Abuja-Kano Expressway.
They have lost the 119 kilometers, sections 3 and 1. They've lost it. We are in procurement of section 2, which is 82 kilometers by 2, which is 164 kilometers. If they put their 3.12 to BPP, and BPP approves it, and they have a concrete paper, at least 2, to be sure that they will finish the job in 14 months, we are bound by the BPP decision. So there are 6 companies that are going to be going to BPP to take decision. We will not be there. So they can, go and be praying that BPP will find this. But if they don't put, a man in US was looking for a jackpot, and every day would go to the pool house to, be praying. One day God called him, and he answered. He said, "Do me a favor, please go and buy a coupon." So, so they have to put before they will now stand before BPP to this. So if they don't put, they have no coupon, so no jackpots can be reached.
Your Excellency, my brother, my boss, the Honorable Minister of Works, Chief Engineer Dr. David Umahi, my brother and friend, the Permanent Secretary, the workaholic, capable and able, by the special guest because the directors, SAs, the Honorable Minister of State Housing, gentlemen of the press, good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here at this important meeting where we are addressing press on this burning issue. I woke up in the morning, I saw this on the pages of papers online. This issue has really triggered a lot of questions, a lot of dismay, and put public on the disarray about and then their opinion about the ministry of works. And if we need the government of President Bola to, I want to commend the whole minister and Pabsec for bringing this expeditiously and timely to address this issue head on and with facts and figures. Anybody who cares to know or to listen or to read will agree with me that this issue has been squarely addressed. It doesn't need a rocket scientist to understand that this is a game which the Jubilee riders play game to distract us or to cause a kind of misunderstanding in the minds of Nigerians. So I thank God for belonging to a team that knows the nooks and crannies and the work of the engineering. And they have been able to really dig and found out the true position. And today, I'm sure that the special grace of God, Nigerians will know the true position of the situation. And I want to use this opportunity to call on Nigerians, particularly our brothers in the media. Please don't allow yourself to be used by people who are not wishing this country. Mr. President is really trying his best to put this country on the right track. His spirit is with Nigeria. His mind, his body, his soul is with Nigeria and Nigerians. So there's no point for somebody to just go and sit down here in his comfort zone and write stories that will cause distraction, that will cause a lot of blackmail. We stand resolute. For us in the ministry of works, myself, my dear brother, the Honourable Minister, my dear brother, we stand resolute. This will not distract us. We remain focused to ensuring the delivery of the renewed hope agenda, particularly of the infrastructure of our dear President, Bola. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
The Honourable Minister, David Umahi, we want to, Your Excellency, we want to most respectfully thank you for this press briefing. The Honourable Minister of State, Right Honourable President Bello, we want to say thank you and express our sincere appreciation for all you have done for this ministry and this great nation. Members of the board, I just want to thank you for coming as well and appeal passionately with you that the ministry is open and you can see the minister is ever ready to give you available information. Again, the zonal directors are there, the state has controllers of works. When you need any information on any project, please find out the truth before you publish them. Some of these things are avoidable when you find out the truth before you publish. It will save the nation a lot. And when you find out the truth and you publish the truth, you have saved the nation from a lot of crises. Please avoid this. Always come, find out before you publish. Even the daily press briefing, I've watched and observed very closely. When you need that information, find out from relevant agencies, from those who has their facts. There are many reasons behind decisions of government. Please find out from the relevant minister before you go out and publish your information. God bless you for coming. We sincerely appreciate you.